What's up, YouTube? It's been a while. I'm back, which is awesome. It's probably been since like fall or something since I've uploaded anything. I've wanted to come back for a while and kind of restart the channel with some consistency, and I think the reason I haven't is because of the consistency, or I haven't had enough stuff to probably film. But I'm hoping this summer I'll probably have a lot to film so I can come back with some consistency of maybe something like once a week. A full-time job, so it might be a little harder, but I'm hoping to do something like that. And I wanted to start right now because I actually have parts. Now right now it's the end of May, but back in February it was actually warm, and I decided I finally want to do a few performance parts. So back in February I did some stuff, didn't film much. I had some friends over, so not much was filmed to try to show a few bits here. But I ended up going stage 1, getting an access port, and then I got an intake as well. So everything you might see here might be from February, but I want to talk about it now. What I went with and why I went with it, I went with the Cobb intake, and I think there's probably two sides that everybody takes with the intakes. They either don't do anything or they do something. I'm probably leaning towards the side they don't really do anything performance-wise. The reason I really got it is I'll show you here. I had problems where I installed new headlights originally on my car, some new low beams. I think I had to take out the air box if I remember correctly. When I took out the air box and put it back in, I over-torqued a screw. Over-torqued a screw, snapped it off, and the air box has been held in my zip ties ever since then. So even though I'm not a big believer that intakes do anything, I figured why not? My old one's held by zip ties, might as well get a new one, and it'll sound better. So I got a Cobb intake and we installed that in February. Also got the access port. The access port, I went stage 1 because I don't have anything on my car except an intake. So I went stage 1 with that, and it's so much better than stock. Not that there's a big power increase. I'll talk about it later. Let's talk about it later. But that's what's happened so far. So I figured I might as well go show you some of that, maybe take you for a ride and show you that. And then there were some other things I think that I've done with my car, but it might be for a later video. So let's go look at that now. Whew. So here it is. Just rained, so it's probably a little dirty. It's been probably like a week or so since the wash. So I need to do that. But the interior is probably filthy too. But let's look at what we've done. So we just have the Cobb box now is basically what's going on. We have the Cobb intake. So how we had to do that is just, I don't know if all intakes require this, but we did have to take off a bunch of the under paneling down here to get access to it and then install. It wasn't too bad. It was probably like an hour and a half. Everything's working fine though. So I figured this is basically all there's been. And then also, oh, it's on here. The access port. So we're stage 1, and why don't we go for a ride and see how it is. So the first thing I think you'd notice is really the torque curve and not like an increase in power. Now there's a slight increase in power, but stage 1's not gonna be huge. There's no real performance parts going on in the car. It's really just a tune. So the first thing you really do notice is the torque curve, because what happens if you remember in like the stock tune, about 4,500, maybe 4,000, and after, it kind of falls flat on its face. It just kind of sits there. There's not an urgency to keep pulling or anything like that. But now it really just keeps pulling consistently as it did through the entire first half of the RPM range, which is something that's really nice. So you don't feel like it's falling off, and it feels less of like a small 4-cylinder and actually feels like something like a V6 where it can keep pulling in that higher RPM range. And then you do notice a slight bump in power. Nothing too crazy or too significant. I mean, you gotta remember, again, there's no performance parts, it's really just a tune. And then obviously with the new intake, you notice the sound. That is the next thing that you definitely notice. First gear, not so much. I think it's kind of muted, but second gear is where you'll hear it. And it's a cool sound. My girlfriend says it sounds like a flushing toilet, but I think it sounds a little better than that. It's definitely something interesting. It spices it up a little bit from the just normal exhaust that you hear, and then the muted, you never hear the stock intake at all. So guys, that's about it. I don't think there's anything really else to talk about. If there's anything else you want to know, let me know. Like I said before, hopefully I'm going to do a video a week is what I'm going to try to do. Hopefully shoot for that for the summer. And also, I'm pretty certain I'm going stage 2 this summer. I have the itch now, especially after getting this, because you can feel a little more power and a much better torque curve. So I think stage 2 will be coming, which will be for me a downpipe and a midpipe, because I already have the axle back, and then obviously a stage 2 tune. I'm not going to do anything too crazy with new piping, like a front mount or anything like that yet. But I think stage 2 is coming, and hopefully some other cosmetic things too. I'm going to probably do a video getting your opinion on something. I'll hold that for later about something cosmetically and see what your thoughts are. But thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.